And I think that's pretty much it.
Where is the urchin? I require the services of the urchin!
Wow, that's really creepy the way he says that. Well, unfortunately, I think I would rather come back here after I've gotten a little bit more money.
You may pet the tiny bear, but be gentle. A Magister miniaturized him specially at great cost.
Oh, that's not a dog.
To Chauncey.
Chauncey the tiny bear. Why not? There's more tiny animals over here. Alright, let's head back to Skyhold. Skyhold, there's Skyhold. I was hoping Varric would have some interesting things to say. Nugs. The only thing I don't... One of the few things I don't like about Inquisition is that it takes forever to load up stuff sometimes. Alright, well, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new save right before I do anything here.
Still here. You need me for something?
Inquisitor. Holding for the reply. A few minutes, please.
You know, they think they would... You think they would have fixed that wall at some point. Okay, there we go. Summon the War Council. And let's do a little bit of time traveling. And attend the Exalted Council.
You've
All right.
styled your hair that way for ages now, Leliana. Why don't we do something new with it? I'm used to the way it is. What about our commander? He does something with his hair already. Oh, it does look very nice today.
I don't...
You mean it just gets that way on its own?
not entirely.
Yes, of course. So, with Corypheus dead and the threat of Fade Rifts and demons waning, both Orlais and Ferelden have begun to raise questions about the future of the Inquisition. Divine Victoria has promised to shield the Inquisition from political matters for as long as possible. Eventually, she plans to call the Exalted Council, a chance to determine the role and possibly the fate of the Inquisition. Recommended level 20 or higher.
Do you ever wonder what lies at the edges of the map, past the seas?
No.
I think we have enough to worry about on this continent. Of course, but...
Let me just check my levels here really quickly. I'm pretty sure I'm like level 26 or something like that. Yep. Okay, so we're all good. Alright, let's get back in there and get this started. Now, I believe on this playthrough, Divine Victoria should be Leliana, actually. Alright, here we go. The Exalted Council will be held at the Winter Palace outside Helm Sharal. Thanks to Divine Victoria's negotiation with the ambassadors, we are ready to depart at your convenience. Let's go. The Order of Fiery Promise. Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. And Tactics. They probably spent a whole boatload of time rendering the Winter Palace for this game. Not really surprised they'd want to use it again. Loading, 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 loading. Ah, here we go. Oh, nice horse.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us.
Exposition!
And based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
It's an interesting question, though. I mean, the world has been saved. Corypheus isn't a threat any longer. But there is, of course, the matter of the orb that started the whole mess. And also Solus, who I would presume has been missing for these past 2 years.
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Emprise du Lion, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Since Corypheus fell, I think you may have spent more time traveling than I have.
It keeps me out of trouble, Your Worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Victoria is proving to be a woman that few dare to disagree with. She has already won concessions for the Inquisition. You are fortunate to have her support.
You can probably just call her Leliana in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor. I prefer to use her divine name. Our last divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she
Well, mark on the hand sparking again.
and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Olay. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador.
No
Many
joy
of your
to
friends have
Vinters.
returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
Yes, your worship. Dorian Pavas has taken the chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, your worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras. For one, I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. Enjoy time with them while you can, your worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council, Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
An excellent question. We're not going anywhere. Our work is done. Well, I suppose, technically speaking, our work is done.
Corypheus is dead. We accomplished what we set out to do. If we're not needed any longer, and if it can be done peacefully, it may be time for the Inquisition to disband.
Thank you. Make her watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
Alright. Well, let's see what we can see. Maybe we'll also run into the Empress as well. Alright, speak with the Orlesian ambassador, speak with the Ferelden ambassador, optional, catch up with old friends. This looks familiar. Yeah, like I said earlier, they probably spent a lot of time rendering the Winter Palace for the main game. Not surprised they'd use it again.
Oh, yes.
There must be something here.
Oh,
Divine Victoria keeps close counsel on her position.
The shanty at its best, waiting for the right moment to wedge itself in.
I'm surprised Lord Cyril is on the Exalted Council. He's so sentimental about the Inquisition.
what have we here? Expensive dog treats. That's totally what I needed. Hard in Hightown, Chapter 10. Oh, I always enjoy reading Varek's book. Donan Brankovic had been pursuing the killer of Magistrate Dunwald without food or rest, and so far all he had was the seal of an imaginary group, a wounded arm, and a package that contained a rusted Tevinter short sword. He was past exhaustion, and every breath